Welcome to this information session about the Year 1 Phonics Screening Check. In this presentation, we will talk you through the key information you will need to know about the Phonics Screening Check that your child will take in June. The aims of this session are to explain and recap what phonics is, give you an understanding of what is included in the Phonics Screening Check and how it is carried out, and also give you useful tips on how you can help at home. Phonics is the recommended strategy for teaching children to read. In Year 1, we have daily 30-minute phonics lessons. In these sessions, we recap previously learnt skills, we teach new grapheme-phoneme correspondences, we give children the time to practice these skills, and then we also apply them in reading and writing sentences. Here are some of the vocabulary that the children know and use in our phonics lessons. A phoneme is the sound that a letter or a group of letters make, and the grapheme is the way that these letters are written down. We segment a word by breaking up the sounds to read and spell, and we blend a word by merging those sounds back together to read it. In our phonics lessons, the children also use terms such as digraph, which is where a grapheme with two letters makes a particular phoneme, and trigraph, which is a grapheme with three letters making a phoneme. The Phonics Screening Check is a short statutory assessment to confirm whether children have learnt phonic decoding to an age-appropriate standard. It is designed to check if all Year 1 children can decode and blend words to read, as taught in the Year 1 curriculum. At Hertford Infant School, we already identify children who need additional help with reading and phonics, and we provide early intervention and support. For us, the Phonics Screening Check is an additional tool to identify gaps and help us support your child. The Phonics Screening Check is a school-based assessment to make sure that your child receives any additional support promptly should they need it. It is not stressful for your child, as it is carried out with their normal class teacher, and the teacher is well equipped to listen to and understand your child's level of skills. It's not a test of how well your child reads, but of their phonics and decoding ability. Therefore, there may be some children who read at or above the expected standard that do not pass this test. The Phonics Screening Check includes 20 real words and 20 pseudo words, also known as nonsense words.
In the check, your child will be asked to decode and read 20 pseudo words. They can tell which words these are because they have a little monster or alien picture next to the word. It reminds them that it's not a word that they've probably heard before, and that all they need to do is segment and blend using the phonics that they know, that we've taught them in lessons, and the word doesn't have to make sense. They just need to decode the word. The children usually enjoy these, and sometimes they can get a bit distracted talking about each of the monsters. Perhaps they're hairy or a funny shape, or it reminds them of something. But it is good that even though they're not words that the children have come across before, they're not daunted. The 20 real words that the children are asked to segment and blend tend to be less common words. Possibly they haven't read these words before in their reading books, but hopefully they will have at least heard them, and ideally they understand and know the meaning of the words. Because the words are less common, they do still need to be able to decode them more often than not. Beforehand, we encourage and remind the children to spot any digraphs or trigraphs they might know before they attempt to read the word. It just sort of slows them down a little bit and gives them their best chance of being able to read it. The Phonics Screening Check will be carried out with your child one-to-one with their class teacher in June. It takes about 10 minutes to complete. Some children are able to complete it a little bit faster. Other children need a little bit of extra time. That's not a problem at all. Before the test starts, we go through some practice words with them. All of the children have had a go at sitting the test in the autumn term and in the spring term, so this is something that's very familiar to them. Year 1 children in all schools and academies across England take part in the Phonics Screening Check unless they're at an independent school. What happens with the results? We will inform you by the end of the summer term in Year 1 whether your child has or has not met the expected standard according to the test. We will also submit our data to Cambridgeshire County Council. We all know that children are different and progress at different rates, but if your child has not met the expected standard, we will provide extra support for them with phonics. Again, if your child does not meet the expected standard according to the test, they will have another go at it. They'll resit it in Year 2 once they've had a chance to consolidate their phonics, what they've already learned, and that will be done by their Year 2 teacher. Here are a few ideas about how you might be able to help your child at home in advance of the phonics screening check. Firstly, if you're particularly into reading yourself, let your children see you enjoying that. Share books and magazines, any kind of texts with your children. Listen to them, read as much as possible. That could be books that they're bringing home from school which are colour-coded to match the phonics they're learning at the moment, or any of their favourite books at home, ones they've perhaps had since they were little that they really enjoy reading. You could encourage your children to sound out, to segment unfamiliar words and blend them. They could use a phonics map which is available on the school website, or we could provide you with one. Praise and encourage the children where you can see that they've worked really hard and been very successful with decoding a word. Remember to say, well done, good job. You could talk about the meaning of words that they come across that they're not sure about. We're going to be sending home a pack to practice with that has pseudo and real words, just like the test that they will be doing. So if you could have a go at that with them, that would be great. Also, if there's anything you think that we need to know, ways that we can help your children, please do let us know. And finally, it's possible that all of this information is new to you, but please don't worry. We have been doing phonics screenings for a long time as a staff. We're very experienced. The children have had a couple of practices and there's really not any pressure on them on the day. We're here to help your child. And like I said before, if there's anything else that you'd like to discuss with us, we'll be very happy to meet with you. Thank you very much.